All right, what's up, everybody? Robert Pepple back here with podcast number 3 of Small Business Uncensored. Hopefully, this is my last podcast solo before I'm able to bring guests on. So if you follow me on social media, please slide there. Instagram, Robert Peppo, Robert_J_Peppo. Facebook, same thing. TikTok, same thing. You would see on my stories that I set up the basement studio so I can accommodate guests. I put up the cameras. I got my microphones all set. Everything's ready to go. So hopefully this time will be my last one solo. Of course, I'm going to bring you guys regular content by myself. Anything that doesn't need a guest or anything I want to put out there just so you guys hear and know whatever gain some value from that doesn't require a guest or two-person studio. So you're going to see this one still here in my office, and then hopefully the next one's going to be down in the basement studio with another guest. Hopefully I can bring you some good content and some other like-minded individuals to the channel, bring you guys some good stuff. So today I want to talk about systems and processes, why they're important. Okay, everyone knows who follows me, at least at this point, and those of you who don't know, I'm big into sports. I was a good athlete, and so I use a lot of those similarities to kind of teach me how to run a team and the different positions that people need to be in and how they all work together. Also, being in the Army, watching their systems and processes and how that all works, from leadership to the newest private entry-level employee, same thing, to people who've been there a long time, who know the system, who work in the system, right, and understand it. So I've taken some of these things that not only I've learned over the years from sports athletics, the Army, to things that we've done in business, the things that work and the things that don't work. All right, so remember to learn things from the things that you do well and the things that you do wrong. So I like to learn and say, hey, you did that really good, I'm going to learn from that. If you did that really bad, I'm going to learn from that. So be a student at all times, see everything, and kind of see what it's saying. So if you want to win, if you want to dominate, you got to do that, okay? Don't just look for the wins, all right? Find value in the things that you lose, things that you fail at, things that you're not good at, okay? And then learn from people that do it better than you, all right? So thanks, everybody, for subscribing so far. Let's get into it. Today, I want to start with the Japanese concept. It's called Kaizen, okay? It's called constant improvement, all right? So I kind of carry that into everything I do, all right? You're never going to be perfect, but we can strive for that with constant improvement, okay? So that, to me, just pushes me to continue every single day in anything I do to keep getting better. One thing that I've done back in the day, again, with my whatever it takes attitude and kind of my whatever it takes motto that I bring, is when I really wanted to start growing my company and said, hey, what can we do better? I used to videotape like a lunch rush, right? I used to videotape the flow, the systems, the bottlenecks, positions within the restaurant, and watch what was happening and dissect it, right? Just like watching game film or something. And so I've done that quite a bit. I haven't done it lately, but it was one of my keys to success of making a better system, okay, and implementing processes and what would work best for us. I encourage you to do the same thing. And so review that, change it, try things, all right? Now, here are some keys. If you develop a system, let's just say your basic system, work the system, let the system work, and then fix it. And you can do that on the fly. But give it some time. Do it when it's slow. Do it when it's busy. Whatever your peak times are, things like that, okay? Let it play through and adapt, all right? So I like to use McDonald's as a reference. Maybe you've seen the movie Founder that's on Netflix, right? So they developed a good system, and they had it meticulously down, and they kept improving it until it was perfect, right? And now they stamped that out across the world. So you go to McDonald's, you know exactly what you're going to get. Their system is exactly how it's going to be, and anybody can fit right into that system, and then the system works. Okay, minimal training, and then it still works no matter what. You know, you get a consistent product. So that's like a really good point. These systems and processes are going to keep your business consistent. It's going to let your customers know where you're at, what to expect every time. It's going to give you, maybe more freedom and flexibility to not have to do everything all at once. Because that's something that owner-operators usually have to worry about quite a bit, is how can I not be working in my business, right? You should be working on your business. So without good systems and processes, you just continue to have to do the work because you know the flow, you know the system. Well, that's sort of short-sighted. Unless you love what you're doing, you're absolutely crushing it, and that's just your goal, and that's totally fine too. But if you have any vision to grow, you need to see a new path and a clearer picture of how that's going to happen. And that's sort of the things I've taken from the companies that I look up to and the people that I read, and use it that way and implement it ourselves, right? So let's go to a team reference, right? Let's say you got the quarterback. Let's say we're playing football. You got a quarterback, you got a coach, you got a running back, and all these people play the positions. You have some rookies and you have some veteran players, right? And so you need to know your people and how they fit in your systems. You hire for a system, train them, and there you go. So practice, right? Practice makes perfect. What I always say, we need to adhere to these systems when there's not much to do, the slowest times and downtime, because then we are ready to do it when we get slammed, when we're busy, when shit hits the fan, when there's 100 more orders than we've expected, when a big catering order comes in. We know what to do. The people are in positions, right? And so stick with that. You also have some people that play the bench, right? But they're critical in case someone gets hurt or injured or calls off. This happens, especially in this pandemic. We've had a lot of people call off for a week here or there, 2 weeks here, being in quarantine. What are we going to do? If you have a system that works, it's fairly easy or easier to maneuver and withstand the kind of shit that we're going through here. Now, what I think is most important is me as a coach doing the play calling, doing the hiring, firing, or getting your players on the team. So it's important to understand your system and where your weaknesses are, what you need to improve on. And that is critical to an owner and an employee if you want to move up. And so you take great pride in creating your system for your unique business and see what works best for you, so you can really maximize your time and really do what you want to do in your life. Small business owners, what do we do this for? We do this for financial freedom, freedom of time, or both. Hopefully both is your answer. Once you get to that point, you've done a pretty good job, and all you need to do is put it on repeat. All right, so that's the goal. All right, hope you gained some valuable knowledge from that. That one was a little bit shorter one, but take that with you into this next work week and crush it. All right, focus on your systems, your people, your processes, refine it, make it better. Give yourself the financial freedom and the freedom of time in order to crush it and live your best life. Robert Peppo, Small Business Uncensored.